Welcome back to The Blueprint powered by K Marketing Co. We have Favyan from Hempfield Technology here with us this morning, and we're going to talk a little bit about office culture,
Mhm.
office atmosphere. Favyan, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit
Uh,
about your business.
sure. Favyan Asia from Hempfield Technology. I am the CEO, and Hempfield's been around for 10 years. We're coming up on our 10-year anniversary on October
Amazing.
1st.
Wow,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, we're a managed service provider. We manage IT infrastructure for small to medium sized businesses. And yeah, I think we do a pretty good job. We're growing, we're scaling.
Yeah,
And thanks for having me on,
of course. We're super
talking
excited.
about my people.
Very cool. Very cool. So, when I was in to take your photos, you have a pretty unique vibe in
We
your
do.
office
We do.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would love to delve into that a little bit today. So, how would you best describe the atmosphere in your office?
Well, the atmosphere is a lot of fun, with some seriousness, of course, because
Mm-hmm.
dealing with IT infrastructure for our customers, it's a very sensitive subject for them because
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of times their business relies on this IT infrastructure to work. That be like emails, uh,
Mm-hmm.
internet connection, making sure that they can actually communicate, phones, what have you.
Yep.
But inside the office, we got to be a little more chill.
Yes.
Our office particularly, we just have a lot of characters, that
Yeah.
that we employ, and it can be a lot of fun. The culture is as you guys have seen coming in and doing the pictures
Mm-hmm.
for us. We jive really well,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's comfortable, it's laid back, but it's serious when it needs to be too. And I think we have a pretty decent balance.
Definitely. I can totally see that. So, how can leaders model the laid back, approachable energy that they want their team to embrace?
You got to kind of curate it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being a leader, you get to pick who's on the team.
Yeah.
And my method, at least for figuring out who's going to be the next hire, and we had discussed this before. I like to meet them where they're at. We go get lunch and we have a discussion about, more than just the technical stuff. Sure, I need like a technical role filled, but I need a person role filled too. And that has to jibe with what our culture is.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about life and what are your goals? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to get from Hempfield Technology if we're going to invest, in you, and you're going to invest your time into us?
Mm-hmm.
And then if that goes well, and I'm like, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can have a drink with him. So what I always say, like, I
Yeah.
think I can have a drink with this guy. Then I'll bring him into the office, and they'll hang out for a couple hours with the team and kind of get the feel of like how are they, with our
Yeah.
culture, and kind of see us in action. And then if that all goes well and everybody gives the thumbs up, then I put an offer in and we take it from there. I feel
Yeah.
that like that's been really pivotal in
Mhm.
maintaining what we have because we get to judge the kind of people we want to have on our team. And a
Yeah.
lot of times it's not just because they have a skill set. That's not the only denominator that we go by. It's going to be who you are, what you're trying to get, who you are as a person, and how are you going to
Mhm.
mesh, with us.
Well, yeah, you're kind of like a small family,
Yeah,
right? You're
it
all
really is. Yeah, yeah,
yes, you're together all
yeah.
day, every day.
Yeah, and while I recognize like I have these goals of scaling the company, and that's going to
Mhm.
be on the tough side to scale up. For now, we don't have to worry about that, and we can
Yeah.
really curate that and gain some momentum.
Mhm. So I definitely saw some unique things
Quite a bit.
going going on at your office. What are some things that you would say you do to create space for your team members to kind of show their personalities at work?
you know, I always start off with when they first come in
Yeah.
and giving it time
Yeah.
because, like anything else, you start something new, you're going to be a little more like rigid and like you're
Yes.
not sure and feeling things out. So we had just hired on a new tech. It was a young guy. He's like 19 years old, and
Yeah.
getting him to open up. He's been with us for a couple months now, and like the
Okay.
first couple weeks was like, he's in the zone. He's locked
Yeah.
in. He's just
He's
like looking around, like, am I doing a good job? And
yeah.
and in the
Yeah.
end, like kind of our culture starts to rub off, and it starts to like smooth out the
Yes.
edges, and
Yes.
and uh and now I feel like months into this new relationship, it's working out. We got a better understanding of who he is,
Yeah.
and so that comfort level really helps to like feed into, the productivity and like coming in and
Yeah.
wanting to like thrive in this environment where everybody else is thriving and
Yeah.
trying to match and be a part of the community.
Absolutely. This is a little off script though, but do you find with hiring someone who's so young, do you find that
Ha.
there's any multi-generational
You
these are things
know,
that we talk about in our office all the time because we have like a bunch of us are like moms and like in our 30s and then there's the other half is like in their younger 20s and
mhm.
there's definitely some interesting dynamics
Well,
there.
yeah, yeah, that was a big concern, and
Mhm.
we kind of just felt it out,
Yeah.
and and that was a part of the beginning process. Like that first time when I met with him in person, and we're talking about, we're
Yeah.
having lunch and talking about his goals, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's a baby,
Yeah.
and
He can't even have a drink with
and
you.
he's probably gonna watch this and be like, oh
Like,
God,
he's
he's
like,
talking
"Come
about
on."
me. But he ended up still being a good match. And I think from,
Yeah.
the generational perspective, it's easy to get like wrapped up in the tropes of the differences of
Oh,
generational
yeah.
stuff. And
100%.
I think
Yeah.
that like while there's gonna be people you're gonna hire that are gonna have a massive degree of like difference from what you're
Yes.
trying to find
Yeah.
culturally and personally to
Yeah.
what the person has.
Yes.
That's the part about the filtering process. This
Yeah.
worked out well,
It's
and I
amazing.
think
Yeah.
that whatever the magic was that gave it the okay, it's been fantastic, and
Mhm.
everybody's very happy with the
Yeah.
new hire, and so yeah, it's worked out well.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Sometimes,
Awesome.
you got to take a chance and you got to take a risk, and
Yeah.
that's what business is about.
Yeah.
And not everybody's really going to be the fit you thought. And
It's a learning experience.
we've been
Mhm.
fortunate enough. We haven't had to deal with a frictionful relationship with an employee,
Awesome.
and I hope that we don't.
I mean, it's been good so far.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'll keep
amazing.
doing what I'm doing until it breaks.
Yeah, it really sounds like your process is working.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like you know what you're doing. So, it sounds like humor is really something that helps, kind of smooth things over in your
Yeah.
office, keep the ball rolling, if you will. Yeah, would you say that that kind of plays a role in building a laid back but also productive atmosphere?
I think humor is necessary in
Mhm.
life in general,
Oh yeah.
like it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows and pretty.
Yeah.
And in our field, dealing with technology, as everybody knows, it can be very unreliable for damn near no reason.
It's stressful.
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, there's this really big problem happening and it's affecting our customer and they're
Yes.
really like frustrated.
Yeah.
And
It makes people very tense.
yeah, and we're
Yes.
like, hey, we're not quite sure. We're gonna need some time to figure this out. And so,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stress there.
Mhm.
We take a lot of responsibility, but
Yeah.
leveraging, and I won't say we're leveraging humor directly, but like
Mhm.
humor is a part of our culture. And
Yeah.
so like we can start to talk about it
Mhm.
and we'll throw in some memes and stuff. And like we have our company chat and
Yeah.
that's where we're all communicating about the things that are happening. And yeah, I think we do throw around the jokes in there to help kind of ease
Mhm.
some of the stresses around these issues, especially when there's major stuff going on.
Yeah, I also think it's like really important and crucial that you have hired people that can kind of keep a level head in
Yeah.
these stressful situations as
Well,
well.
that's important. So, like,
Yeah.
as you know, our phrase is that the less nerd, more human. I mean,
Yes.
we just have a very human approach
Yeah.
to dealing with issues, especially with our customers. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of de-escalation that has to happen
Yeah.
because it's frustrating. And
Yes.
I think that especially for customers who've been with us for a long time,
Yeah.
they've learned the ropes. And so, like,
Mhm.
sometimes things do happen, and maybe that's the magic, and I'm kind of speaking off the cuff here, like
Mhm.
it's part of the magic, that relationship that we build, that they understand this is an issue, but that we will figure it out because
They
frankly,
trust you.
we
Yeah.
always do figure it out.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's a tip off to my team. They're just fantastic, and I
Yeah.
absolutely appreciate them and their talents and their ability to drive for this mission with the company to provide these services to our what really are our partners. Our customers are our
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah. So it sounds like you do a really good job cultivating a nice balance
You know,
in your
I don't. It's. I wouldn't say I wouldn't take credit for it directly. I think it's just kind of like it's very organic,
Yeah.
and I think I'm just very blessed. Or we
Yeah.
all are very blessed. That
Yeah.
we all show up and it's fun.
Hmm.
And
You feed off each other
oh yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
For sure. So, what would you say are maybe some signs that your work environment is becoming like a little too rigid
Yeah,
or high pressure?
yeah. That was a tough question.
Yeah.
Because we don't have an issue with like rigidity, at least
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
Although
Well, that's
and
good.
I can extrapolate on the idea that and maybe in some instances we might have had some frictions
Yeah.
with certain changes in either policies.
Yeah.
But I think it would what I was saying in my answer to that is that it would probably manifest itself in uncertainty. So,
Okay.
you get rigid and like and we talk about bureaucratizing your business for
Hmm.
growth and scale. And I feel like to a degree it'll work, right?
Yeah.
But in our company with our culture, if we start to get too rigid, people aren't going to be sure about what to do because we require flexibility.
Exactly.
So like our
Yes.
industry, you have to be able to move quickly because
Yes.
things change and things happen
Hmm.
at
Flex
the
and
drop of a
flow.
dime.
Yep.
And so being too rigid is going to affect our ability to deliver services, which is going to
Hmm.
be at odds with our mission and what
Yes.
we do for our customers. So,
Hmm.
and I promise you, they will not be quiet about it. So,
Yes.
they
I
my
can only imagine.
I mean, my guys, especially my one guy Andy, yeah,
Uh,
definitely, like what is this garbage that you're trying to do here? We are
yeah.
not going to stand for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's great. Again, that company culture, they're just as bought in as the
Yeah.
owners are, and we're all working together, and they're there to protect it.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's talk a little bit about like creativity. Do you think that maybe your employees, do you think it's true that they work best like when they feel relaxed, or why or why not?
It's hard to say
Yeah.
who gets more creative in what environment. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's
very,
a personal thing.
subjective, right? So,
Yeah.
I can, for myself, I think I can thrive in both. But generally, if I'm under pressure and stressed, and I'm looking to say, my creativity to me is solving a problem. I got to get
Yeah.
creative. I got to get creative to figure out what's going on
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
And being under the gun is contributes dramatically
Mhm.
to the efficacy of me getting from point A to point B
Yeah,
and
that makes
solving the
sense.
problem.
Yep.
Because a lot of motivation. So
Mhm.
like if things are a little lax, and it's like, that's a problem, but it's a problem for tomorrow,
Yeah, you can
right?
push it off. Yep.
Especially in this world where we're so busy and we
Mhm.
have to be able to prioritize our time
Yes.
to be effective.
Yes.
Stuff that's not important, that's not pushing on me, right?
Mhm.
I'm probably not going to be as effective on or,
Fair.
creative in
Fair.
in
Yep.
solving the problem. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'm driving and I get like, bouts of inspiration and then, come up with
Yeah.
some ideas or like, on an elliptical and I'm, staring at my heart rate and I'm like,
True. True.
heartbeat's going in. I'm like, you know what? This is a really good idea. Let me get this down.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's a place for both.
there is a place for
Yeah.
both. But yeah, I think it's very subjective and
Yeah.
in our culture, I talk about a lot of empty space that happens
Mhm.
during the week and during some seasons where like our workload is like this and then
Yep.
sometimes it does really this and then sometimes it's like bro
Yep. We can
are
relate to
we
that
did
here.
we lose our internet connection because the phones haven't rang, we haven't gotten
Yes.
any emails, and like now where
Yes.
everybody's just like what do I do?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so and we cater to that space where it's like, hey guys, like, if you're on your off time, there's
Yeah.
some busy work that can get done, but a lot
Yeah.
of times the guys are like, they're gonna research stuff related
Yep.
to like their skill sets,
Mhm.
or they're gonna do something that's related to personal, and they're gonna,
Yeah.
focus on some of that. And that's like the work-life balance. I know you were
Mhm.
getting to the work-life balance. There's
Yep.
some of that that's kind of inherently built into the way that we run the office.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, you'll see the guys sometimes they'll be streaming stuff,
Yeah.
or reading articles or listening to podcasts or
Yep. Yep.
just chilling out.
Yes.
But
Yes.
again, you know when it starts to ramp up, everybody's there. Everybody's ready to go,
Yeah.
taking the tickets.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So are there any like specific boundaries that you put into place as a leader to help your employees prevent burnout?
Well, you know, a couple of them, I try to tell them to relax, take some time. You know, hey, staying up till 9 or 10 at night working on if it right now we're kind of in the mix of this Windows 11 upgrade,
Yeah.
because Windows 10 is
Mm-hmm.
getting deprecated, and it's like guys are working,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I say it all the time. I was like,
Yeah.
look, your clock stops when you leave. You don't we don't There's no expectation that you're going to be doing
Yeah.
this. Now there's some
Amazing.
expectations
Yeah.
on emergency things, right?
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of, again, flexibility
Yeah.
for the guys for personal life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the guys got to take off randomly, or they
Yep.
got to work from home because wife's sick, kid's sick, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So while I don't, it's hard to force the guys,
Yeah.
like you have to stop. It's like
Yeah.
that's not good either, because they want to finish, and I don't,
Mm-hmm.
and I get this from Doug, my partner, one of my partners. He's like, if my guys want to work and they want to get something done and they're like super passionate and driven and like it's really important to them, who the hell are we to tell them to stop,
Fair.
right?
Yeah.
So now, of course, that could get abused, but we're not abusive people. I mean, it shows through
Yeah.
in our
They also
culture.
have free
So
will.
they do
Yeah.
have free will. They
Yeah.
absolutely do,
Yeah.
and especially
Mm-hmm.
when leadership is telling you, bro, like you don't have to do this,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you continue to do it. Well, what more can we do
Yes.
except change passwords,
Yes.
disconnect.
You're locked out.
You've been locked out. Yeah, that wouldn't go good either, so we're not doing
Yeah. Oh my
that.
goodness. This has been a very good conversation.
Of course, it's a good topic.
It is a very good topic. Let's wrap it up with, do you have any stories that you can share maybe of a time when a positive work atmosphere directly
What?
influenced a campaign's success?
We're wrapping up.
Yeah. I mean, do you have other things you
I
want to
got
say?
3 pages. I'm
You got
joking.
three?
No, we can certainly
We can
wrap it up.
talk all day if
I
you
just.
want. I'm here till 3:30.
I do have one, and this was probably one of the more dramatic events that happened, and it was this year. One of our biggest customers purchased another company,
Yeah.
and so they did this merger acquisition, and we got notice of it very last minute.
Yeah.
And just due to the nature of the merger acquisition, it had to be kept under wraps because of a lot of
Okay.
privacy reasons. It wasn't, malicious or anything. We love these
Absolutely.
guys,
Yeah.
and we understand.
Yes.
So, it was a decent size acquisition, at least by our
Mhm.
standards. And
Yeah.
we had to, I mean, it wasn't just purchasing a new company. It was like getting a business that is, some distance away,
Yeah.
replacing every computer, replacing
Wow.
monitors,
Wow.
merging email environments,
Yes.
moving data,
Mhm.
there's a whole lot involved with that.
Mhm.
And it was just like, go.
Wow.
And so we were all like, time to get real.
Yeah.
And I think, of all the things that we've done as a team, it was beautiful watching this, because
Yeah.
it just happened. Like, we talk about this organic, like, drive for the mission of the company and how we
Mhm.
treat our customers in this partnership and why we care so much about them.
Mhm.
I mean, equipment was ordered and we pulled whatever we had in inventory, and all the planning and all the
Mhm.
arrangements that had to happen, showing up on site, being professional while under the
Mhm.
stress and under the gun, getting, I say, de-escalating, the
Yeah.
new people coming in, because
Yeah.
like it's scary for them.
Absolutely.
It's very scary. Hey, like my company was just bought out by these people. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what
Yeah.
to
That's
expect. I don't even know.
terrifying.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
like we're coming and we're showing up like, hey guys, we got new
Like,
computers for you,
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to
Like,
meet you. And they're just over here like, am I fired? Right.
like, do I
So
still have a job? Yeah, that's so
yeah. And
scary.
so, the approach that my team took with that, and the teamwork that was surrounding that, and kind of some of the initiative taking,
Yeah.
and just like all hands on deck,
Mhm.
we did that successfully.
Yeah.
And I think, judging by some of the feedback that we got from those same employees, I mean,
Mhm.
they loved the response. They loved how we came out there, and honestly, they weren't even used to this kind of IT service.
Yeah.
So we got to really shine for not only our customers, one of our biggest, and they've been with us since the beginning.
Wow.
We got to shine for people who didn't know who we were,
Yeah.
and we got to get a lot of feedback. And it's just like, yeah, we're doing something
Incredible.
right. We're doing it
Yeah.
right, and it's exciting.
Crushing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're freaking crushing it,
Heck yeah.
and I love it. It's so exciting. It
Yeah.
really is because we work so hard
Yeah.
to build this thing that's
Mhm.
called Hempfield Technology,
Yeah.
and we've made a lot of changes over the years,
Yeah.
and it's nice to get the real world feedback about
Absolutely.
the decisions that were made
Mhm.
and how our processes have culminated into this. And then like
Mhm.
this was a great example of it. And I wouldn't say it was a non-event. I might get hit for that, but it was definitely it spoke to what we have in place, and it spoke to
Yeah.
our systems and the culture and the atmosphere, and
Yeah.
how we just were able to come together without all the information and made something happen.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, do you have anything else you would like to add to this conversation?
I don't know, just that like I appreciate my team and I appreciate what we're
Yes.
doing. And we are growing this, and much because we have this relationship now with you
Yeah.
guys, and you understand, and we've talked a lot
Yep.
about this.
Mhm.
We're growing and we're looking for new
Yeah.
customers, and we're looking to test things out. So, for
Absolutely.
anybody out there who needs some managed services for their company,
Hempfield
if you like
Technology.
if you like what you heard,
Right there.
reach out to us,
Plug,
call
plug,
us,
plug.
email us.
We're going to link them in the show
Yeah.
notes. Don't
Hem-
worry.
Hempfieldtech.com. We got a new website coming up. It's very exciting. Lots of good things coming down the pipe.
Yeah. Amazing. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Blueprint. We will see you again next week on Thursday at 9 a.m.